Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. Layoffs has become a hot topic in the US technology industry. Since October last year, US technology companies have set off a wave of large-scale layoffs. Companies are either laying off employees or are on the way to layoffs. Tens of thousands of Americans have lost their jobs and their lives are in dire straits. After 2023, the phenomenon of layoffs has not improved. Statistics from U.S. institutions show that the U.S. technology industry has laid off more than 130,000 workers from January to May this year. Cost. Silicon Valley in the United States is a place that many people yearn for. They think that as long as they come to Silicon Valley, they can find a good job, enter big companies such as Google, Microsoft, and Intel, get high salaries, and have broad room for career advancement. The United States did have such an employment environment in the past. Silicon Valley attracted countless talents from all over the world, and a large number of Chinese students went to the United States to settle. In the United States, there are many Chinese in high-tech companies. But now, Silicon Valley in the United States has become the hardest-hit area for layoffs. Let alone promotion and salary increase, it is hard to say whether they can keep their jobs. Since the second half of last year, the internet, finance, transportation, technology and other industries in the United States have been caught in a storm of layoffs, and American companies have announced layoff plans every once in a while. It can range from thousands of people to tens of thousands of people, especially e-commerce giants like Amazon. Since Amazon has millions of employees around the world, every time it announces a layoff plan, it starts with 10,000 people. The global economy was sluggish last year, and demand in the consumer market declined. It is understandable why American companies laid off workers. This year, the Chinese market is at a critical stage of economic recovery. American companies can obtain more business opportunities by doing business in the Chinese market. Has this slowed down the momentum of layoffs by American companies? The answer is no. According to data released by the American organization Challenger, Gray and Christmas, the number of layoffs in the U.S. technology industry from January to May this year was 136,831, a year-on-year increase of 2,939%, setting a new record in the past 22 years. In the technology industry alone, more than 130,000 people have been laid off. Counting all industries in the United States, 410,000 people have been laid off so far this year. American companies can't bear it anymore, and they keep setting new records for layoffs. If this continues, they may be on the verge of bankruptcy. Large companies can still survive and have a deep foundation, but some small and medium-sized enterprises and startup companies may find it difficult to survive under the U.S. economic downturn, inflation, and other issues. I feel that Biden is going to lose sleep. If the population and employment problem is not resolved and the economy is restored, the development of all industries in the United States will come to a standstill. In addition, large-scale layoffs will lead to an increase in the unemployment rate, which will affect the stability and development of the overall U.S. economy. The increase in unemployment will also lead to a decline in consumption, which will have a negative impact on the U.S. consumer market. It may also lead to a decline in the business and production capacity of the enterprise, thereby affecting the competitiveness and market position of the enterprise. This may further reduce the international competitiveness of U.S. companies and affect the development of U.S. manufacturing and service industries. In the longer term, layoffs may cause employees to leave the United States in search of better job opportunities, thereby reducing the talent pool and innovation capacity of the United States. It is worth mentioning that after the American population is unemployed, the United States will issue unemployment benefits. So many Americans are not worried about unemployment, and even some places receive unemployment benefits that are higher than wages. But this is not a long-term solution. The United States will face more social assistance and unemployment relief expenditures, thereby increasing the financial burden. Money cannot be born out of thin air. If the United States continues to choose to print money to solve its financial problems, it will only make the inflation problem worse, cause the dollar to depreciate, and countries will accelerate de-dollarization. So don't underestimate the unemployment problem in the United States. For the United States, once it is not handled properly, it will not affect the enterprises themselves. Some foreign media said, "This is the price of decoupling." The United States has continuously implemented restrictive measures to hinder China's development and progress, and prevent high-end chip products of American companies from being shipped to China. This has caused American companies to lose a large number of order opportunities, and the revenue and profits that could have been obtained from the consumer market can only be lost. The decoupling of the United States will make itself trapped in a quagmire, and it is difficult to extricate itself. The layoffs of American companies are the best proof. If an enterprise cannot make money in the Chinese market, it will have no income return, and if it does not collect income, it will not be able to support its employees. In order to save costs and expenses, layoffs have become the main means of maintaining the operation of the enterprise. When all the finances are emptied, American companies will not be far from bankruptcy. Of course, there are also American companies that realize that the Chinese market is indispensable, such as NVIDIA. This American chip company is standing at the forefront of China's artificial intelligence industry, shipping a large number of GPU chips to China, which made NVIDIA's revenue in the first quarter of this year reach $7.19 billion, an increase of 19% from the previous quarter, and its market value once broke through $1 trillion. NVIDIA's outstanding performance is inseparable from China. With NVIDIA's successful experience, other American companies will know what choice to make.